Hey, what the fuck's up, you bunch of bitchin' hombres? Galactic Criminal here, the reaction video, and I'm so fucking excited for this thing, goddamn it. New Red Dead fucking trailer debuting today. I'm waiting all goddamn morning for this fucking thing. I'll give my thoughts afterwards. Let's start it out with a 1, 2. One of my favorite games of all time. Oh, fuck. My heart is literally fucking pounding right now.
Listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over.
Oh, fuck. Oh. You bastards. God fucking damn it. I knew it was just gonna be a tease, especially seeing that it was only like a minute long. I was like, oh, okay. You know, I kind of assumed that maybe they'd been working on this for long enough that they'd have like maybe not gameplay, but some more cutscene action to show us. But what they did show us here is something that's graphically really cool. And it definitely looks like it's probably in-engine type stuff, maybe some sort of like cutscene in nature. But then again, really not much to fucking go on here. We don't know what characters we're going to be in this thing. I'm assuming, I would hope, that because, they showed that a picture of the silhouette of, like, I guess it was, what, 5 cowboy-type dudes walking in from a sunset in a silhouette, that maybe Marston's son, obviously grown up at the end of Red Dead Redemption, has maybe started his own gang. And then, oh man, there's so many cool opportunities here, so many cool things that could happen if that's the case, and obviously this is all going to be speculation. Everyone's going to be talking about this fucking thing. I see that there's, like, live streams happening where people are going to be, picking apart the fucking trailer and shit. There's really not much to say, I would think, about this trailer. It's just very bare bones, but very, very cool. It's just the idea of Red Dead coming to the next generation console is just fucking mind fucking blowing to me. The game, Red Dead Redemption, was so fucking big and cool at the time. What was it, 2010, 2011 when it came out? That just is fucking amazing. Just like the visceral landscapes. And like I was talking to somebody at work about the game because I actually did replay Red Dead Redemption backwards compatible on the Xbox One, and it still holds up pretty well. I was talking about how when they cycle into the nighttime, and I just sat there and fucking even replaying it again, just staring at the fucking stars when it gets dark. It's a game that's so much fun, and there's so many things to do in it. Now, the main story was very, very compelling and very, very cool. There was a lot of really cool characters in it, and that was probably the main drive for most people. But my drive for this game was the stuff that you could do besides that. I used to sit and, even sometimes now that I've been playing on the Xbox One, just kind of sitting and hunting and stuff like that. It's just fucking so many cool things. Something I really, really enjoyed about this game, and I hope it's a continuation, and maybe they make it a little bit better, were some of the side quests that you could do. Just interesting characters and storylines that kind of distract you from the main campaign, and that's been kind of a mainstay in Rockstar's games, Grand Theft Auto and stuff like that. Grand Theft Auto obviously has done it better than Red Dead Redemption did, but that was just a really interesting thing for me. It's like I actually spent more time in Red Dead exploring and hunting than I did the actual campaign. I would play maybe a couple of missions and then just kind of, trip around and see what I could find. So one would have to assume that is something that they're going to continue to do in the new iteration of the game. When this thing got hinted out, it was just kind of rumors or whatever. A lot of the games media news outlets were talking about it. The Twitter pictures that they posted up. I was thinking, oh, okay, well, this is just, some shitty people being fucking shitty. But it was like, no, it was actually Rockstar teasing this thing out. It just fucking blew me away. One of my favorite games of all time. I can't really say that enough. I will say one criticism, though, from Red Dead Redemption that I'm hoping that they fix in the new iteration is that the main character is a badass. Because in Red Dead Redemption, say what you want, Marston was the fucking pussy in this game. he was just way too passive for me. The only non-passive thing that he did was jumping into firefights that he had really no reason to be there for. Obviously other than like his main goals, but it kind of felt like, playing it again, like playing it back then, it kind of made sense, but maybe it was just because I was so excited for the game. Playing it again, it was just kind of like, I don't know, it felt like these missions were really, I don't know, like repetitive and nonsensical. Like he was, at one point, he's trying to find, the guys that he's looking for, but at the same time, he's doing it in a very convoluted way. And yeah, I know, like the narrative and the mission structure really had to kind of play to that. And there were really cool characters that you found along the way in doing so. But I really hope that this game is a little bit more straightforward as to what you want your character to be doing. And honestly, that's why I think that the young Marston, being the leader of his own new gang, could bring a whole, new perspective to the whole open world Western thing. Now, you could be hoping for a lot of stuff, either, he wants himself and or his gang to be, a little bit of like, a better kind of group, maybe like leaning a little bit more toward, law abiding, if not, I guess like sheriffs or marshals themselves. I don't fucking know, man. All this speculation is fucking rolling around in my brain. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research and find out when we're going to hear a little bit more about this game. I'm hoping it's sooner rather than later, because most people would assume that you're probably not going to hear anything more about this game until E3 next year. And I don't fucking want to wait until goddamn June of next year to find out what the fuck's going to happen with this thing. And on that fucking note, I'm really surprised that they didn't have any kind of showing during E3. It probably would have been, in my opinion, one of the best ideas to do, or at least at one of those gaming conventions. Now, maybe they were feeling like they might be overshadowed by some other titles that were going to be coming out around that time. So, like, kind of holding off and just announcing it on their own is a smart idea in a way, just to kind of distance themselves from the bigger titles that were coming out during that time. Because, Rockstar doesn't really need an E3 to present a title. They have, a very large and very positive reputation thus far. Especially, with Grand Theft Auto 5 having come out and GTA Online being so popular. And I kind of feel like this was, speculation that I heard from another games media outlet, was that maybe they were feeling like because GTA did so well and GTA Online continues to do so well, that they decided to focus more of their efforts on getting GTA 5 and GTA Online to a point where, the support is there and everything's kind of on a, I guess I would say a level playing field, and then kind of once, that is settled, then they can start to turn some of their assets toward the new Red Dead game. And that just, it makes a lot of sense, because a game like this is something that people are going to anticipate and anticipate and anticipate and have so many thoughts. I've already given a lot of my thoughts of what I'd like to see in this thing. So they would probably want to give it a lot of time to develop. Now, also something that some of those media outlets were saying was that, it's been a long time. It's been 5 or more years since Red Dead Redemption came out, so maybe they've been working on this thing and they maybe kind of had to tie some more assets into GTA to get that leveled out, and now they're just going to kind of finish it up. And, announcing it this early, I don't think it's going to hurt them, but I think maybe it might have been a smarter idea, even though I got to see what they gave us here. I think it might have been a smarter idea to kind of wait until, spring and summer of next, or at least spring of next year, to do this announcement so that it's still fresh in people's minds when E3 rolls around and they show us what they have. You know, unless they plan on showing something, you know, maybe giving little bits here and there on YouTube or whatnot until they actually reveal what they have to offer us. I feel like people are just going to kind of forget about this game and maybe not be as excited when E3 rolls around. Now, regardless of that, as I said before, the reputation that Rockstar has with their games, the game is still going to do well regardless. Everyone's going to fucking get it, and everyone can complain and bitch about whatever they show us from now until then. They're all going to fucking get it anyway, and they're going to love the shit out of it. Even if it's buggy, you know, even if it's a little bit repetitive, they're going to love it. And, you know, just popping up, one more critique in my head, which I hope they pay attention to, was in Red Dead Redemption there was a fast travel mechanic, and it did, you know, do a lot of justice to the game, but there was a lot of problems with, a lot of people would say, too much horse. And, you know, playing it again, I would absolutely agree, and I definitely noticed it. I remember playing it on the 360, that there was a little bit too much horse riding. You know, you'd start a mission, and then you just start fucking galloping to the mission. You'd be riding for like 7 to 10 minutes or whatever it was. Which, you know, sometimes wasn't so bad because some of the characters were pretty cool, and there was some interesting banter in between them on the way there. But I hope that's something that they kind of, you know, get rid of in the new iteration, because, like, I don't know if other people have called Red Dead Redemption this, but I called that game the A button killer. Because you spend like more than half the game fucking mashing on the goddamn A button. And now even my controller's getting a little sticky because of fucking, you know, mashing the A button while you're riding the horse. Anyway, there's all sort of fucking speculation to be had about this goddamn thing, but I am just so fucking excited and happy that they are bringing it back. You know, after I played that game and I'd long forgotten about it, even up until when I started replaying it, I thought, you know, it would be awesome if they made a sequel to this thing, but I just don't really ever see that happening. But I guess, you know, the demand is out there for it because they're gonna fucking do it. Fucking another goddamn year before we get to play this thing. You know, kind of in conclusion, I will say that I am kind of disappointed with what we saw in this trailer because I did hype it up so much for myself in the past few days, but just the announcement and getting to know that this thing is being made, and it's being made by a very reputable company, I couldn't be fucking happier. Of course, I'll put a link in the description for this video so you can go and watch it for yourself, full screen for audio, and get the full experience. And as always, have yourself a fantastic evening.